Walk off against a ranked team for the home opener. I mean, where does that rank for as far as your achievements? I'm sure that's got to be up the top.
Yeah, it's definitely up there. That was special for sure.
What was the approach going up to the plate there? Were you looking for anything in particular? You saw him once before, but you had to bunt, so I didn't know.
Yeah, so I hadn't really seen his pitches. I knew there was a guy on third listed 2 outs. I had to try and get him in somehow. Whether it was a hard ground ball or a fly ball that he could tag on. Got down to 2 strikes and just tried to put together a good at bat, and it worked out.
This isn't a team that's really been in a lot of 2-to-1 games a lot this year. You guys have put up a lot of runs. Give them credit for what they did, but were you guys getting any frustration here, or did you feel like, especially when you got that opportunity to attempt, did you feel like you guys are finally going to push one across?
With us, it's only a matter of time. We just got to stick to our approach and all that stuff. Coming in, we had 2 of the top offenses in the nation in terms of batting average and other stuff. So go figure. Final score is 2-1, but our pitchers did a great job of keeping them at bay. And finally came through in the end.
Talk about those pitchers. I mean, especially Connor. He comes out and 6 innings. That's quite an impressive feat, especially when you haven't started that much. It's the home opener, and yeah,
that was huge, man. He did. That was way more than we could have asked for from him. He was impressive today.
And I thought defensively too. I mean, you guys, especially in the outfield, you had to deal with that wind too, but that ended up helping the pitchers a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. Our pitchers did a great job all day of throwing strikes, getting ahead of guys, and enough credit can't go to them for this year.
Can you describe that feeling when you get mobbed at first base on a walk-off like that? Is that quite unlike anything?
Yeah.
Is it weightlessness?
Yeah, I didn't know what to do. I just kind of waited for everybody to come out, but that was definitely special.
Did you see him coming, or did you just sort of turn around and they're already on top of you?
I kind of had to wait a little bit. I turned around. I was just like looking around, like everybody came out. It was awesome.
You guys have such a great offensive reputation that you're starting to get some notice across the nation for that. But is the pitching starting to sort of catch up to that, you think, with some of the efforts you've had, like Lance and what they did today?
Absolutely. Our pitching staff held them to 1 run today. They're 5th in the nation in batting average. So that's a really good offense they have over there, and our pitching did a hell of a job on them. So definitely, they're doing a good job for us.
A game like this and a win like this for the home opener.
I mean, it's a huge win. I mean, Louisville's a great opponent. They're ranked, and the home opener in front of a big crowd. It's just huge. Coming off the last game at Ohio State, we wanted this one bad to come back and get back at it.
How'd you guys feel coming out and seeing a nice big crowd for the home opener?
Oh, it always feels great playing in front of a big crowd. I mean, it just adds to the atmosphere.
Sorry.
What was it like getting taken out of the game with a no-hitter?
No, I mean, it's no big deal. I mean, Blake's been phenomenal all year, and starting to get tired there at the end. So, bring him in, fresh arm, and just shut him down as he always has done when he's coming in.
Were you on a specific pitch count today, or did they just kind of gauge it on?
They just kind of gauged it, I think, on how I felt. They came and asked me the inning before I came out, and I told them I was fine, and then after that, they just told me I was done. So.
But you knew, right? You knew it was still, the no-hitter was still going. Did you try not to pay attention to those things?
I don't really try to pay attention to that. I mean, I looked up afterwards and I saw it.
How pumped up were you to get the ball for the home start?
Oh, I was real pumped. I mean, it's always great to get to go, and especially against a big opponent. Everything that it was today, it was great.
How'd you try to use the wind to your advantage? Obviously, that would knock some balls down for you guys. And
yeah, there was a lot of fly balls that died down all game for both teams. I didn't really change my plan according to the wind, but I mean, it just worked out. The wind was killing balls.
This is a team that's getting kind of a national reputation for what it can do offensively. You got so many guys in lineup that can get some big boppers and some speedy guys. And as the pitching staff, kind of in a friendly way, are you guys trying to make a name for yourselves too? Kind of get some of those accolades.
We feel we can go up against anybody in the nation and just basically do our job. I mean, we have a great pitching staff, great offensive lineup. It's all just a good combination.
A moment like that has to be nice. A big crowd, home opener.
I mean, yeah, it was a good baseball game. The wind's blowing in, so it's a tougher day to hit. Really, both teams, I don't think, did a great job. Both teams hit too many fly balls, too many fly ball outs. They started getting a few more ground ball, and then ground balls that got through the infield for some hits late, and challenged our defense. We had to come up. Perkins had to dive to save a ball possibly going through the infield, and Miller made a good forehand play up the middle, and then a good backhand feed. So, but really, you didn't 100% expect it. Even though the wind blowing in, and this is a big ballpark, it makes it tough. But I guess we were the #1 team in batting average in the country. I think they're #5. You've got 2 freshman pitchers on the mound, but those are 2 really good freshman pitchers. And you get a 2-1 ball game, so go figure. But it was good. It was good for our guys to be in that type of a game, that type of an element. Win or lose, I mean, obviously we were going to be pretty proud of just the way that we played and battled, and just a lot of little things. I mean, Lucky's block on that wild pitch, possible wild pitch in that last inning, and then he came out in front of the plate on the leadoff hitter and made the spin throw to first. We did a lot of things, and Louisville did, I think, a lot of things to give themselves, or at least keep themselves, with a chance to win the ball game. So, just a really good midweek game for both teams.
Was Podkul on like a pitch count or like?
No, but we haven't extended him too much. I mean, this is his second start. He's a guy now that really in the fall didn't throw a whole lot because he was just kind of had a tired arm from the summer and was giving it rest, and so we were doing more rehab and even through the winter months. So it's not like he had as much of a head start as some of our other pitchers. I asked him when he did come out. We wanted to make sure that he pitched such a good game that we didn't want him to go out there and have a blooper and then something happen and then possibly end it on a bad note. So we got him out with great outing. But we said at the beginning of the game, if he gave us 4 or 5, we'd be happy. That'd be good, and 6 would be phenomenal. We got to 6, and it's like turn it over to the senior and go from there. But when I asked him after he came out, I said, "Hey, were you getting tired?" Because the last game that he was in at Missouri State, his velo did go down quite a bit, and he said no, he felt good. And then we checked the radar charts after the game, and he was still 87 in the 6th. So. That's good for us because that means that he's building that stamina and building that arm back up.
The walk-off hit and the 6 no-hit innings, those kind of are the headline things. But like you kind of mentioned before, the plays of the game might have been Perkins stopping the ball in the hole, and then the play that Miller makes up the middle to end the inning.
Well, and then Angelo gets the line drive double. Dixon does a good job moving him over, and then Miller's at bat. He's down to his last strike, and he's battling, and those were some tough pitches. He strikes out, pops out, hits a weak ground ball. It's 2 down, and now, Talbott's really got some pressure on him. But yeah, I thought that whole last inning offensively was phenomenal. Podkul's, no hit, through 6, and some of those defensive plays. But 2-1 ball game, you don't think that there's going to be that many, but the game was hanging on every pretty much pitch. So the double play that we turned, was big in that 1 inning. So a pretty good day for us defensively and pitching. And then, like I said, offensively wasn't super happy with as many fly balls that we hit, but we did enough to get the win.